In today's digital world, any application you put out there, well, it's a target. It's really not a matter of if it'll be attacked, but when. So the real question is, how do you build a fortress around your code without slowing everything down to a crawl? Today, we're going to look at Google's answer, a really powerful built-in shield they call Cloud Armor.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we've got to understand the battlefield. What is the modern web threat landscape really like? Then, we'll dive deep into Google's own shield, Cloud Armor. After that, we'll put it head-to-head with one of the biggest names in the game. And finally, we'll talk price and protection to help you figure out what's actually right for you. Right, so before we can even start talking about the shield, we absolutely have to respect the sword. It's so important to appreciate the scale and, honestly, the sophistication of the threats our apps are up against every single day. And look, this isn't just some rhetorical question. It's something every single developer, every architect, every business owner needs to be thinking about. Because, let's be real, the public internet can be an incredibly hostile place if you're not prepared. Think about it. Your application is getting hammered constantly. We're talking about massive distributed denial of service attacks trying to knock you offline, web exploits like SQL injection trying to sneak in and steal your data, malicious bots that are scraping your content or just hammering your login page with stolen passwords. And of course, there's the usual suspects, the OWASP top 10. It is a relentless, nonstop barrage. Okay, so with that pretty scary picture in mind, how does Google suggest you defend your services? Well, their answer is a tool that's deeply woven into the very fabric of their network, Google Cloud Armor. To put it really simply, Cloud Armor is like a global shield. It's this security guard that stands between all the chaos of the open internet and your precious application. It inspects every single request before it even gets a chance to knock on your front door. Okay, so how does this actually work? What's the play-by-play? First, a request comes in and immediately hits the edge of Google's massive global network. And that's where the magic happens. Before it can go any further, Cloud Armor jumps in, checks it against the rules you've set up, and makes a split-second decision. Legitimate traffic gets through, and everything else gets dropped. It's fast, it's decisive, and it happens right at the front line. And this right here, this is the secret sauce. This is its core strategic advantage. By filtering traffic as close to the source, as in the attacker, as possible, Cloud Armor stops the bad stuff long before it can ever start eating up your valuable CPU, memory, or bandwidth. This diagram here, it's from a PCI compliance guide, and it gives us a fantastic, real-world look at how this plays out. So imagine you've got all your projects inside this bigger management project. Over on the left, that's your super sensitive in-scope app, the one that really needs top-tier protection. By putting Cloud Armor right at the entrance, it acts as a gatekeeper, filtering everything out before it gets anywhere near your sensitive services. You're basically creating this clean room where only the good traffic gets in. But wait, it's not just a simple on or off switch. It's a whole toolkit. You're getting always-on DDoS defense, which is huge. You can get super granular and block traffic by IP or by entire countries. You get a full-blown web application firewall, or WAF. You can set rate limits to stop those brute force attacks. And my favorite feature, adaptive protection, which actually uses machine learning to spot weird behavior that no static rule would ever catch. It's pretty smart. Now, of course, Cloud Armor isn't the only player in this game. So let's put it to the test. Let's do an architectural showdown against one of the true giants of web security, Cloudflare. And this is where it gets really interesting, because we're talking about a classic battle of philosophies. So the biggest difference, and you really got to get this, it isn't about some fancy feature. It's all about architecture. Cloud Armor is native. It's literally part of the Google load balancer. Cloudflare, on the other hand, is a proxy. You have to change your DNS records to route all of your traffic through Cloudflare's network first, and then it gets sent over to Google. So why does that matter? Why should you even care? Well, it boils down to one word: latency. Because Cloud Armor is native, that security check happens at the exact same time as the load balancing. There is zero, and I mean literally zero added latency. With a proxy model, you just can't avoid adding an extra network hop, which means adding a few extra milliseconds. Their approach to using AI for bot defense is also fascinatingly different. Cloudflare leverages its incredible scale. I mean, it sees something like 20% of the entire internet. So if a bad IP attacks someone else, Cloudflare learns from it and automatically protects you. Cloud Armor's adaptive protection, it's more like a personal bodyguard. It takes the time to learn the unique heartbeat of your specific application, and then it flags anything that deviates from that normal pattern.
So when you lay it all out like this, you can really see the trade-offs. The crucial takeaway here is that your choice really depends on your architecture and what you prioritize. Native deployment means that near zero latency for Cloud Armor, but Cloudflare's proxy design makes it a no-brainer for multi-cloud setups. The good news is, both can be managed with tools like Terraform, which is great for any DevOps team. All right, let's get to the question that's probably on everyone's mind. What's this all going to cost? And how on earth do you decide which one is right for you?
So Cloud Armor basically has two main flavors when it comes to pricing. The standard tier is pay-as-you-go, which is perfect for apps where your traffic is all over the place. The enterprise tier is a subscription. That's what unlocks the cool machine learning with adaptive protection, and this is critical, it gives you DDoS bill protection. That means you won't get a crazy surprise bill if a huge attack spikes your usage. For high bandwidth apps on GCP, Armor's cost is often way more predictable because you aren't paying primarily for bandwidth.
So, who's the ideal candidate for Cloud Armor? Well, you go with Cloud Armor if your world is 100% built on Google Cloud, if every single millisecond of latency is critical to your business, if you love managing everything as code right alongside all your other GCP resources, and if you have really unique traffic patterns that a one-size-fits-all global rule set might actually miss. But on the other hand, Cloudflare is your champion if your infrastructure is spread out. Maybe you're on AWS, Azure, and on-prem. If you need that one single dashboard to see and control everything. Or if your biggest fear is just those unbelievably massive volumetric DDoS attacks, let's be honest, their network capacity is legendary for a reason. And that really brings us to a final, bigger question for the future. This whole rivalry between a native integrated shield and an external proxy-based one, it's not just about firewalls today. It's a preview of where cloud security is headed. As these cloud platforms get smarter and more tightly integrated, will the best defense be the one that's built right in, or the one that stands apart? That's something for all of us to watch.